Trans, non-binary, and gender fluid folks are by no means new. Throughout history, societies have recognized folks outside a rigid modern-day Western cultural, biological, and social view of gender. Take the Haraja of India, the Scythians honoring gender-variant people, mythological gender-bending characters like Loki, the Mahu of Hawaii and Tahiti, or the Talmud, a primary source of Jewish theology and religious law, recognizing somewhere between 6 to 8 genders or sexes, as but a few examples of gender-diverse people existing before just the past few years. And by the way, it's essential to realize that none of these examples that I just mentioned perfectly match the current cultural conceptualization of gender identity and biological sex in the same way that we think about trans people today, but simply provide evidence of the numerous ways that different cultures conceptualized how gender, biology, and self-expression interacted in different ways beyond just man and woman. After many of these cultures were colonized by European countries, the rigid gender binary is often placed onto and enforced in these societies in order to force them to conform to Western culture's views of gender, usually done by the colonizers in order to dehumanize their new subjects, wishing to frame those they're colonizing as less human beasts whose gender did not match up to real human, i.e., European standards. For example, for many indigenous women, European cultures imposed ideas that women's subordination was essential to a gender dichotomy, when in actuality many indigenous tribes in America had matriarchal cultures. When attempting to colonize these people in what would become the United States, Europeans framed indigenous women as hypersexual and sinful compared to the purity and weakness of European colonial women to conceptualize indigenous women as lesser than real women, i.e. European women. Trans, non-binary, and intersex folks whose biological sex did not align with a binary conception have always existed, though in different forms based on their own cultural contexts.